Alright, hello, welcome back. This is going to be my first video on here, and yes, Dragon is back too. I'll probably be holding a different plushie like every time I film a new video, so he's back though for today. And today's topic is going to be what's my craft. So if you want to know what's my craft and what I study and what I'm into, then keep watching. Okay, so I did it again because if I don't do this, my mind will go from A to B to Z, D, E, F. It'll go all over the place. So I wrote down some notes, keep it clear so you guys can kind of understand what I'm talking about as I'm talking about it, because sometimes even I don't understand what I'm talking about while I'm talking about it. So yeah. So first, hello, welcome, ghouls of the internet, people, amazing whoever ended up in this video. Okay, first off, I don't consider myself really part of a certain, how do I say this, like group, or have like a label on my craft. I kind of just go based off of what I find interesting or a connection to. Sorry, I keep looking in the like actual thing it's recording and not the camera, I'm sorry. Anyways, so see, I get distracted. My craft is more based off of the things that I just find interesting, the things that I feel a connection to, which I think, of course, like anybody who practices something, you feel some sort of connection to it, right? And for me, that's quite a bit of things, and I'm gonna share those. So yeah, I just wanted to say though that I don't have a label on like my craft as a whole, really. I'm still learning, so who knows, maybe there is a label for it or something and I'm just not aware. But even if there is, it's working for me right now, so yeah. So the top of my list is Fae magic, and I put that at the top because I love the Fae so much. I am so just really inspired and in tune with that part of myself, I guess I could say. I've always loved Fae. I've always loved the idea of the fairies, and then, you know, growing up, because when I was a kid I loved fairies so much, and of course how they're portrayed and stuff, you know, as a kid you're like, oh, fairies, just like, you know, with mermaids and stuff, you get excited as a kid. But I feel like I never grew out of that. Like I just continuously, as I grew up, I continued to be into it more and more, and then I got older and, you know, came across videos on the internet of people who believed in those things and still believe in those things, and I didn't know that it was something people fully devote themselves to and practice, and it's awesome. Like, I think it's amazing. So, you know, Fae magic is what I'm currently learning about. There's still a lot that I don't know, still a lot that I would love to know, and it's great, and I love the Fae. They're awesome. Yeah, so that's at the top of my list for what part of my crafts. Number one is Fae magic. And if anybody knows any recommend any books or anything to learn more about the Fae, please let me know. But there is one book that I really want to get, but I cannot right now, sadly. It's a book called Fairycraft. It was recommended, sorry I say so much, I'm like focusing on that. Anyways, the book was recommended. So the book is called Fairycraft, and I actually came across that book through a Sarah Dragonfeather here on YouTube, and if you don't know who that is, I will either put her name up here or I will definitely put the link to her YouTube channel in the description. She's amazing. She's definitely has helped me figure out my path and figure out the things that I just am really into and feel a strong connection with. And if by a whim one day she ever sees this, thank you, Zara, for just your amazing videos and kind words, and just, you're really amazing. And I'm also part of her Hatchling clan over on Amino, and if you don't know what that is, you should check it out. I'll link it down below if I can link it. I don't know how that works, but it's amazing. It's a beautiful community there. All the people there are so lovely, and I just thank you. It's great. But yeah, so she recommended that book on one of her videos that I saw, and I thought it was great. I looked through it, read through it, some of the reviews. They're great, so I can't wait to get my hands on that book and just read it for myself and just fill up with all that information, so I'm really excited about that. So I'm gonna check that one out. But if anybody else has any recommendations to anything else, definitely let me know down below. I would love to hear what, if you're into Fae magic or if you practice anything to do with Fae, recommend YouTubers, books. It could be anything. That would be very helpful. Second thing on my list is crystals. I love crystals. I think they're awesome. They carry so much energy. My mom also loves crystals. She's got a friend actually who goes and actually mines out the crystals and like shapes them to the shapes. I actually have one of the ones that he created for me because she had bought me one from him, and it's an amethyst. So I will show you that in a second. This is, the thing came off, so sorry it looks like that. But this is the crystal. Looks like this. It's so beautiful. He did a good job. I really like it. I wear it every single day. Whenever I don't wear this, like right now I'm not wearing it because I was like, it doesn't really go with what I'm wearing, but I'm gonna keep it with me. So sometimes when I don't wear it, I still keep it with me. I even have some little pouches with other extra ones in there that he also gave me. So whenever I don't wear it, I can still carry them with me when I go places, put them in my little pouch in my bag. But crystals are awesome. I love crystals. This is like my favorite thing in the whole world. I wear it every single day. Yeah, I actually have a book that I'm going to recommend. I'm not gonna say it's the best book in the whole entire world, but it does have some things that helped me learn more about crystals, and maybe it can help you learn more about crystals. So the book, sorry, my hair's, sorry I put my hair on my face. So the book is called Wicca Practical Magic. This is what the book looks like. Excuse my nails. They're too long now. They need to be fixed. So this book is a guide to get started with magical herbs, oils, and crystals, and all that good stuff. So in here it actually has, I'll show you pictures of the crystals, a bit of info about them, some more info, and what they look like, of course, and there's quite a few. It's helped me a lot. I like this book. I wouldn't say it has every crystal in the whole entire universe of existence, but it has a general idea of, you know, more, I guess a little bit more of the popular ones. I wouldn't say that for sure though, only because, yeah, I just wouldn't say that for sure, but it does give you a brief rundown. It's quite beginner friendly. It's great. I do recommend if you want to learn more about crystals, or even anything else in this book is just awesome, not just that. Teaches about gods, goddesses, some rituals you can participate in. Amazing stuff. Has charts, really cool charts in here. Ritual celebrations. Let me see if you can see that. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. So this I've had for a bit now. I think I've had it for 2 years. 2 or 3 years now. Maybe a little longer. So I've had it for a bit, and I'm surprised it's still in good condition. I move so much, so like my books sometimes get damaged and ruined, but this one stayed in good condition. So yeah, it's this one. Pretty good book. I would recommend it. Pretty beginner friendly. I'll put links to the books I recommend. I'll try and find the links for them. Most of them are from the same, I go to Barnes & Nobles. I like Barnes & Nobles. But I also got some of these from my astrology store near me. So if I can't link those, I'm pretty sure I can find them somewhere online and link them. But this one's good. So how I got into crystals, I read up a lot online as well. The internet's powerful. It's a great place to find information on stuff that you are just learning about. And yeah, if you're like me though and you love books and you rather have the physical copy, because having the physical copy just feels so great, then I will link these for you. So there's that for crystals. Astrology. So for astrology, I love astrology. I think it's great. I feel like when you learn things like about, you know, crystals, astrology, and anything that you're just getting into, there's a lot to, like, you know, get excited about and learn about. And for me, astrology seems very personal. I I love the idea of astrology. I know that a lot of people, especially when I talk about it, are like, oh, like they have a lot to say about people who believe in astrology and stuff, and it's okay, they're entitled to their own opinions, but I think that it's for me linked with the universe and just the world and life. It's just so interesting, and I actually don't have any books on astrology, sadly. I wish I did. It's one of those things that I sometimes here and there will read up on about, or if I see somebody post something about it, I'll read it and I'll be like, oh, that's cool, and then I'll, you know, go from there and learn more about it. But I don't have any books on astrology, and lately I have just barely gotten back into all of this, and that's why I'm like doing this video. It's like, okay, I'm gonna share my craft with you guys, but also be like, you don't recommend anything, because I'm kind of still, you know, learning, and I feel like even if you're far into it, you're still learning. But I feel like I just gotten back into it, and there's just a lot that I've missed and haven't seen yet or discovered and learned about. So if there's anything here that I list and I'm like, oh yeah, like astrology, I don't have a book for it, if you could recommend anything, that'd be great. I would love that so much. Even if there's any information you want to even share yourself about it, or your journey through it, or any of these things, go ahead and leave it in the comments. I would love to read them. I would love to hear like your experiences with Fae magic or crystals or anything, even if it's not any of these and it's just something that I haven't even heard of maybe, or I'm not practicing currently. I would love to hear it all. But yes, astrology is another one that I'm trying to get more into. I want to learn more about. I think it's also another beautiful thing. So tarot is the next one. Now for tarot, I feel like obviously when you hear like magic, Wicca, witchcraft, I feel like for me at least, I think of tarot, like tarot cards and readings and all of the witchy stuff. Like that's what I think of. And I'm actually going to show you guys my first sorry, I just smacked my book, my first tarot deck that I ever purchased. And also I also have another one, which is my second one, that I actually got for my birthday from my mom, and it's awesome. I can't wait to show you guys that. I'll do a brief one only because I think it'd be cool to do a separate video where I show you guys some of them and some of the spreads I do, if anyone would like to see that. I'm also learning more tarot. I would love to do readings for people eventually. Sorry, it stopped recording for some reason. What was I talking about? Oh, if you do want to see any readings or videos like that, comment down below and we can learn together. We can go through this journey together, and yeah, it'll be awesome. So this is my first tarot deck that I ever got. This, you can see it. Sorry, the light is like, what if I, yeah, there it is. Yep, that's it. They look like this. I feel like the detail in them is amazing. I hope you guys can see that. There's, ooh, art's pretty too as well. It's like these, quite beautiful. Yeah, so that's my first tarot deck that I ever actually purchased myself. Well, I just dropped Dragon on accident. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's my first tarot deck. I got it from a store that was actually part of that school. So it was really cool. I was kind of hesitant at first because a lot of people always say like, oh, you have to be gifted, you know, tarot deck, or you shouldn't just purchase it and stuff like that. And if that's what you believe, it's okay. But for me, I don't really believe that. I think if you are into something and you feel a connection to something, then maybe it's calling to you and you just need to reach out and give it a try. So that's my first tarot deck. I love this so much. I feel like my strongest connection when I do tarot readings is to this tarot deck. And the book I also bought with it, which I have like a bunch of like little pages like slotted, is called How to Read Tarot, a Practical Guide. This is what it looks like. So this book I think is amazing. I think why I really wanted to get this book and what helped me is when you go into the first page, sorry, I'm like flipping through it, so I'm looking down. So the first few pages of it tells you a brief history of tarot. Talks about the early tarot decks, just all the different decks and stuff. The history behind it's amazing. I liked it. It was great. And then it has what all the cards mean. Here's like a page. Gives you a description, all that snazzy stuff. It's really awesome. Yeah, I've slotted some of these when I was first learning tarot, and like some of the main cards that I would pull, I was like, okay, I'm gonna slot in freaking sticky note in there and then come back and be like, okay, this is this and this. And I haven't done it in a while, but I did do one the other day, and it was with my newer deck that I'm gonna show you guys, but it's great. Yeah, tarot's another one. I think this book's quite good. I don't think it's the best in the whole world because I have nothing else to compare it to, but for now it's helped me and I think it's great. So if you're just a beginner to tarot, this book would be, I feel like it would be a pretty good book to start reading. Next on my list is Sigil Magic. Sorry, I'm holding a book. It's Sigil Magic. Now, Sigil Magic I find quite strong. Like, my connection at least to it is quite strong. I love sigils. I think they're so just beautiful. They're awesome. I use sigils in almost my everyday life. If I'm not, you know, if I have a situation going on, or maybe even I want to create an energy or anything, I always use sigils. And of course, like my incense, my frankincense, my incense and stuff. So Sigil Magic is just another thing I practice. That one I practice very, very, very frequently, almost every single day. If there's things going on or anything, I always go to my sigils. And I feel like for me personally, they work more if I put them on my body. Like, I have one. That's my tattoo. That's not my sigil, but I did here that I love very much actually, and I keep writing and drawing on me because it's helped me so much. Sigils are just, I find them so amazing and helpful, and I learn a lot from the internet of sigils. There's also, I do say there's also one YouTuber that I think is great. She's amazing. I'll link her down below as well. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, only because I don't watch her religiously, but I have seen a few of her videos and I think she's really great. And whenever I started getting into sigils, I was like, oh, you can create them on your own, this is cool, but how do you do it? And she has a video on how to create them, and she gives a quick rundown of what sigils are and how you can create them, and I think that they're great. And if you're into sigil magic as well, I recommend her video. Her whole channel isn't just based off of that though. She does other stuff in her practices, and I think she's great. And then the last thing I wrote was palmistry. Palmistry is one of those things I'm in and out of. I have a book on it as well that I have not finished either, but I do briefly sometimes whenever I'm like, you know what, I wanna read a little more up into this that I turned to. So it is called Palm Reading for Beginners, and it's this. I actually got, this is one of the books that I got from the astrology store that I used to go to. I haven't been in a while because the world's been flipped, so I get kind of scared to go out, but I'll go again. Anyways, yeah, I got this from the astrology store that I love to go to that is near me, and it's great. This is a great beginner's book, as it even says it's for beginners. It has a lot of diagrams in it, so I'll show you some brief ones. Like, it has some of these diagrams, the lines. It also shows you, oh, this is my favorite part of the book, shows you different kinds of hands. It's funny because this one's my hand. I swear that is my hand. It's kind of, yeah, palmistry is another one that I want to really get into again. It's great, and yeah, I like it. And this book so far has been great. I'll link it down below if you find any interest in it. It does talk about just, you know, palmistry in general. Talks about the hands, the lines, the thickness and everything. My camera's about to die. No. Okay. So I'm gonna try and do this as fast as I can before it dies because I would love to get this done. But yeah, so that's palmistry. And the last thing I really want to recommend is this book, Wild Magic. So this one's about Celtic folk traditions for the solitary practitioner. This book is amazing. I love this book. It gets into everything that just, it's great. I love it. If you love anything that has to do with the Celts, their folk traditions, this book, 100% recommend. I apologize. Oh no. Here we go. I think that's where we're at. Anyways, this Wild Magic is amazing. I do really recommend it. I've gone almost through the whole book and it's just been great so far. So yep, another one I recommend. I'm really into Celtic folk traditions. I like learning about the Celts. It's great. It's amazing. I recommend that one as well. And then that's pretty much it. The only last thing I do have is a tarot deck that I got, and it's beautiful, but I think I'm going to save that for another video. I think this one's been a little, I don't know how long it is. I feel like I babbled a little bit only because the sun's like slowly going down. That's pretty much my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got a little brief, you know, explanation of what my craft is, and if you'd like to share what your craft is in the comments or what things you're learning right now or practicing, I'd love to hear them, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! Dragon says bye too, and all my plushies.